It has snowed. Santa Claus will come with his helpers and they would put presents in your shoe. I have to stop and wonder why I am spending hours on this.
What a feeling, now it's time for Christmas. And Christmas is my favorite time of year. It's beginning to look like all my wishes are coming true. That's why I cheer.
Good morning, welcome to Vlogmas Day 6. It has snowed, which I'm very surprised about because usually we don't really get snow until January. So it actually started snowing last night and I had to film it. It looked so cool. The snowflakes kind of looked like they were glowing because they were underneath a lantern in front of the house. And then this morning everything was white and the sun was shining and everything was so pretty. Anyway, as promised, I am off to the fabric store for fabrics that we can use to make our own Christmas stockings. And as you know, I can't really film while driving because the audio doesn't work, so I will just see you there. This fabric store is kind of a discount place. They actually get their fabrics from companies that have closed down for whatever reason, or companies that are just trying to get rid of old selections of fabric, and she actually buys them up. And that is why these fabrics are very, very cheap. The downside of that is that sometimes she only has very little of a certain fabric. So if you're going to do a whole lot of upholstery and you want all of it to be the same, then sometimes it can be a little tricky. But I've also seen fabrics that she has multiple rolls of. So you never really know what you're going to get here, but it's always very affordable, and she is actually very reasonable as well. So very often I get an extra discount because she finds something wrong with the fabric. Like this time for the lining fabric, she found a stain on it. So it was only €3 a meter. I think that was really nice. I only needed 2 meters, but so in total I spent €33 on all of these fabrics. I got 5 different kinds and I got 1 meter of each and then 2 meters of the lining fabric. And I told you all of this right here in my car, but the audio didn't catch any of that. So you didn't hear anything, which is why you are now stuck with my voiceover. I just got an email that says that the delivery for the stove has been delayed with 2 weeks. 2 weeks! I might not even have it on time for Christmas. My entire Christmas dinner is planned around having this stove, around having an oven. I don't have an oven. What would I do if it's not here on time? Very sad. Let's make some space. Put that away. So I don't actually have any Christmas stockings that I can use as an example, so I'm gonna have to make my own. So I actually got a sock, just a sock from my drawer to kind of use as an example. I'm just gonna see if I can make a pattern for it. Now, obviously it's not exactly gonna be this shape and it's definitely gonna be bigger. I'm just gonna kind of sketch something. Does that look like a stocking to you? Christmas stocking size. That's a very different shape. Okay, maybe I shouldn't use one of my own socks. Maybe I should just draw it freehand. Okay, so that wasn't working. So I actually just took an image from a stocking and just put it in Photoshop and traced it to make my own pattern. Look, this is what it looks like. So let me show you what I did. So I took this picture, then I traced it, and that's it. So I'm just going to divide this into 2 A4 sheets of paper because this is an A3. So I'm going to print this one and I'll just go and pick that up. There we go. I just went ahead and printed it on thicker paper so it's a little bit easier to work with, as I am going to have to make 3 stockings at least. And actually, I think I might actually do 4. 1 for me, 1 for Steven, 1 for Ruben, and then 1 for the dogs. I actually think Ruben would really like that, to have it like a stocking for the dogs. So, okay.
It's cold again, but I know we'll be warm.
I'm doing this one first, and I'm using this for the lining. I think I'll just cut a whole bunch at the same time because this is going to be the lining for all of them anyway. So I definitely need 4 sets of lining. So I have learned that I enjoy sewing so much more if it doesn't all have to be so precise. So I know that if you like sew clothing, for example, it's really important that everything is measured very closely, very precisely, and cut out very precisely, and everything matches, and that takes all the fun out of sewing for me. I actually am very happy when I find a pattern that has a checker pattern on it, and then I have to do something square like a pillowcase. That makes everything so much easier. You can just cut along the pattern. But for things like this, I just cut quite roughly. It doesn't have to be so very precise as long as it holds its shape. And that makes it a lot more fun, especially if you have to do 4 of them. Because something else I don't like is repetition. So if I have to make 4 of the same thing and it's tedious even for one, I'm probably not going to finish it. So this is a very, very good solution. Just cut it roughly, make sure that it holds its shape, and that's enough. Let's see, we've got 3, I've got 1 more. 4 pieces of lining. Well, 8 actually, because I had it folded in half so that I could do the front and the back at the same time. It just got dark really fast. Stockings.
Oh yeah.
Now all of a sudden it became really, really dark out, so filming became a little bit tricky, but I was able to finish all 4 of the stockings at once. I am actually following the directions from a tutorial that I will link below because I really suck at making tutorials. Her channel is called Rooney Sewing Patterns. It's very easy to follow and the results look really, really good. So if you want to make these yourself, go and check that out. Now, as I said, I made 4 stockings in 4 different designs, and I will show them to you when the sun is back up and you can actually see them. They are finished. This is what they look like. They are absolutely beautiful. I am very, very proud of how they turned out. And I actually want to go on and make little labels for them with our names on them. I want to do that on my laser machine, so I'm going to get my iPad out and make little designs for them because I don't know if I want to make something really simple or something a little bit more intricate. So I'm gonna get my iPad and see what I can come up with. Like this. We could maybe do kind of like a tag, like so. And then I could do an engraving of like some kind of floral thing. Something that looks like holly, maybe. Yes, that's what we're gonna do. But now what is the design that we're gonna do for the little floral thingies? Maybe little berries on them. I like the first one better. What does holly look like? I'm making this so much more complicated than necessary. I mean, I like the idea that it's a Christmassy theme. I just don't think it's a very pretty plant. Prickly, we don't like prickly. You guys, look at how dark it gets. This is what the weather is doing now. It is all over the place. The snow is officially gone. It is now raining again. Now it looks like evening. Turn up the lights. The daytime. Oh, I don't feel like that does much, but it looks cozy. Anyway, I made 2 designs that I think look pretty good. I made one with holly, like very clearly holly. And then I made another one which looks a little bit more friendly. I don't like the spiky leaves. So I think I'm gonna go with that last one. Now, I'm not gonna be able to engrave it this way. I really do have to trace it with some clearer lines instead of just a pencil sketch. So I am going to do that really quickly, and then we're gonna put them into Lightburn, which is the software that I need to laser it, and then we'll make the little labels. I cannot get over how dark it is. I mean, it's not even afternoon. I am condemned to my warm sweater again because it is freezing in here. Oh, I have one sheet that has the protective film on both sides, so that both sides are equally pretty. Turn it on. Sorry for the loud noises. Okay, let's see. How big do we want it to be? Like something like so. So that would be 80, 85. Okay, so here it is. This is what it looks like. I hope you can see because it keeps focusing on my face. There. I think it looks really cute, but what I want to try is I want to stain this a darker color, just like I did with the ornaments, and then try and make the letters or the engravings gold. And I know that's a little bit tricky, so I am just going to try. I'm going to try that with the film still on. So I'm actually cutting them out now, and I'm doing this one again so that the protective film is still on there. And then I can try and rub the gold in with the film still on, then take it off and then stain over that, and hopefully it won't stick to the gold. I'm not sure, we're gonna try, we'll see. I've got this ribbon and I just wanna make a little bow that I can like combine with the tag. I think that would look really cute. And then this can hang on the top of the stocking with the tag and maybe like a little bead as well. We're totally going overboard, you guys. There's no minimalism here. Yeah, I think that would be nice. Like so. Wouldn't that be cute? I'm just gonna make the 4 ribbons so that when the laser is done, I can just keep going. If you wanna see how to do this, I'll do it slowly one time. I just hold the 2 loops like this. Then I cross them over each other. Then I get the one that's in the back and move it through that loop. Then I grab it from the other side and I just gently pull it. Then I will move this one, because it's behind now, move that to the front. And I'll just put my thumbs in the loops so that they kind of hold their shape. And then I gently pull on all sides, make them the right size as I go. That is not how you should do it. There we go. Now this might be really, really pretty with a velvet ribbon. I just don't have one. So getting the gold inside the letters worked really, really well, especially because I still had that protective film over the rest. But it actually comes up a little bit higher than the wood. Which makes for a really nice effect, but I think it's not going to work very well if I'm going to stain it. In fact, is it dry? No, it's not really. I'm pretty sure staining it is going to ruin the whole thing. Now I am going to try because I am stubborn that way, but I don't think it's going to work. So in that case, I will simply stain everything and then just leave it like that. I mean, I did just realize that I might be overcomplicating this a little bit. It is just a label on stockings that will be hanging there for a couple of weeks a year. I mean, have to stop and wonder why I am spending hours on this. But I am just gonna try that one more thing and then that's it. I have been having the same Christmas song in my head for 3 days now. I'll move here because here we can actually see what we're doing. I don't even think I like it that much. It actually doesn't show the name very well anymore. I think it is actually better when just stained without the gold. That would make it a lot easier.
The wonders of life got the prettiest side for everyone to enjoy. Standing up close by the Christmas tree, glimmering light, I am right where I wanna be.
This weather, you guys, I have no daylight to film with. So for each stocking, I want a tag, a ribbon, and a little bead on a wire. So the whole reason that I wanted to make my own stockings is because you can't really find them around here. It's not something that is done very often around here. We do Sinterklaas, as I explained, and that one actually entails kids putting their shoe out at the fireplace, or if you don't have one, you just put it at the front door. And then way before the holiday, Sinterklaas will come with his helpers and they would put presents in your shoe every couple of days leading up to the holiday. Now, because Ruben doesn't really believe in that anymore, We don't really do that anymore, but I thought it would be a really nice blend of the two holidays, because we really love Christmas, to do the stockings and then put a couple of presents in those leading up to Christmas, in addition to it just looking really, really adorable on the mantle. Now, I am guessing that if Ruben could choose, he would choose the green one. And I, of course, will do the flowers. And then I'll do this for Steven. Unless someone wants to change it around later, which is also perfectly possible.
It was time to get out in the snow, lighting a light with you. Choirs will sing and the joy bells will ring. Nobody loves you as much as
So I would have loved to find vintage stockings, but because we don't celebrate it that way here, you won't be able to find them at thrift stores or flea markets the way you might in other countries. So as with everything that I cannot find, I'll just make them myself.
tonight. I'll spend all this Christmas.
Now let's see if we actually have enough light to even hang them up. I don't really mind putting nails into this mantle because it's already old and cracked wood anyway, so you're not going to notice when I take them out. But this is not really, I mean, I can hide them with the greenery now, so that's okay. I would rather get those hooks that you can get special for the stockings that you can just hang from your mantle. But again, you can't find them here, so I'd have to order them, and I didn't do that. So maybe next year. I think that was a successful project. They look really, really cute. I am very happy with how they turned out. Tonight I actually want to spend some time figuring out a plan for the dining area. I'm going to do something in SketchUp, make something up, and see what works best. Because we were talking about it earlier today and we might not do an L shape after all. I think it might not fit. So I'm just going to draw everything out in SketchUp. I will show you when it's ready. And then maybe somewhere this month we would actually get to starting on that project as soon as I know where to start. Anyway, I am going to leave you here. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 7.